Hello, and welcome to episode 70 of Prog Review. And if you haven't read the description, I'm going to be talking about Phil Manzanera's Diamond Head. Hey, it kind of follows on from the last Prog Review, doesn't it? Ain't I clever so-and-so? So, what to say about this? This was released in 1975, I believe. Better look at the inlay. It's been a long time. Yeah, 1975. Oh, that's one to me. And it's Phil Manzanera's first solo album. Who is Phil Manzanera? He's the guitarist with Roxy Music, a very underrated guitarist, I might add, and somebody that I've got a lot of time for. Just love the way he plays and the way he constructs solos and guitar parts. And this album's been kind of influential in my own music and my own outlook to what I do. So yeah, I mean, I bought this on LP a long time ago in a second-hand record shop. I don't know why I picked it up. It might have something to do with the there was a Roxy Music VHS I purchased back in the day, which was a bit like their history, but I think it was called Remake Remodel or something. Can't get it on DVD, I don't believe, but yeah, it had an influence on me, and I saw his album in the second-hand record shop, and I bought it, and I played it to death. And I used to, on a Friday night when I had the house to myself, I used to put on Diamond Head, cue it up, and I'd get my little guitar out, my little Columbus Les Paul copy that weighed a ton and cost about 70 quid, the very first guitar I owned, and I plugged it into my little 15 watt Fender amp, and I used to try and play along. So yeah, let's talk about the record. Less of me, more of this. It opens with the track Frontera, and yeah, it's quite a funky little number. It features John Wetton on bass. Oh yeah, Paul Thompson on drums, Eno doing the background vocals, and a certain Robert Wyatt doing the vocals. It's sung in Spanish, and it's well, I really like it. It's a funky little number to open the album. This is followed by Diamond Head, which of course is the title track. What a dummy, eh? Again, you get Eddie Jobson on here. You got Eno, Paul Thompson, John Wetton again, Eno. I mean, it's a right who's who of prog appears on this. See some of the faces there. Look, I don't know if you can see that. Some of the faces. I'll do a close up properly later and then to cut it in and be all professional. I love the instrumental. It's an instrumental guitar piece. It is just up there, over there, way, and back down again. It's all over the place. It's the guitar tone just transports me off. It's just a magical, wonderful thing, and I just love it. I think it's a really great track. This is followed by Big Day. Now, if you weren't familiar with this record and you heard Big Day on its own, you'd probably think it was. A Brian Eno solo piece off of Taking Tiger Mountain or something like that, but it isn't. It's Eno doing his thing with Phil Manzanera. And if you like Brian Eno's work at that time, Taking Tiger Mountain and Here Come the Warm Jets, you will love Big Day. Oh yeah, it's yeah, talks about a trip to Peru. So yeah, nothing to do with Paddington Bear, but only the Brits will understand that reference. But it's a great song. The only dodgy track is Same Time Next Week, which features the vocals of a certain John Wetton and Doreen Chanter. It's a duet, but it comes across as awkward. It's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be a comedy thing, but it's a bit awkward. It doesn't really work for me, so I tend to skip that one. But it's always made up by Miss Shapiro. Again, it sounds like an Eno track from his albums. It is just a great piece of work. I love it to bits. Used to sing along to this and play along to this when I was a younger man. God, when was that? And this is followed by East of Echo, which is a piece of music that comes from Manzanera's early foray into music. His band Quiet Sun. It's quite jazzy. It's an extended instrumental piece. And yeah, I mean, it's if you like space rock, you'll like East of Echo, and that merges into a Lagrima, which has some really great backwards guitar, and I love it. Another great track, and it's all finished off by another song. Who sings on that one? I can't think. Bill McCormack sings on Alma, and it reminds me of a Jimi Hendrix song, Wind Cries Mary. It's got the same kind of riff to it. And then the album's over. It's all finished. What else is there to say? I recommend you get this album. I say you go out and buy it immediately, because it deserves to be listened to. I mean, if you like Eno, if you like Roxy, if you like Phil Manzanera, if you like John Wetton even, and you've not got this record, then it's something you do need to check out immediately. That and 801 Live, which is probably one of the best live albums out there. But we'll talk about that another time, perhaps, when I get into the zeros, because when I get into the zeros, I tend to talk about albums I like. I don't know if you've noticed that pattern. So yeah, my name's been Darren Locke. I've got to give this a rating. Well, I'm just going to give this five echoes out of 5. Even though it's got one dodgy track on it, I'm still going to give it 5 out of 5, because I just think it's brilliant. There you have it. It's brilliant. And yeah, so my name's been Aaron Rock. I've been talking about Phil Manzanera's debut, Diamond Head. That's it. You know the routine: up and down, left and right, blah 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 blah. Plenty more videos in the queue if you want to check those out. Don't be shy. Have a prod around. Yeah, have a good old delve. See what's in the old slush pile. And we'll do this again sometime. Only one more thing to say. Prog on.